Whip Master is a popular character in traditional Carnival in Trinidad and Tobago, with the fearsome cracking of their signature whips in the streets in mock duel. MCTV had the opportunity to visit Whip Master Ronald Alfred to learn about a family tradition spanning 4 generations of jab mass. Rope jab is an indigenous art form originating in India and is not just an old-time carnival character as most believe. So said leader of the First Citizen-sponsored original jab and third-generation player Alfred. He said the tradition began with his grandfather and was passed on to his father and eventually to Alfred and his family.
My name is Ronald Alfred, and I'm the leader of the First Citizen original jab. I'm a third generation player at the jab. Originally called rope jab. So a lot of people hear the blue devils with the jab and the jab molasses and things. So our line is really rope jab. My grandfather used to play from Diego Martin. My father used to play, I played. Children also play. But rope jab is not only a carnival character, it is an indigenous martial arts from India. But the Pochra tribe and then people brought that, as they brought the seeds, the plant and everything, they brought also the martial arts. It merged with the African stick fighters too. So rope jab is a Trinidad thing. But everybody brought a little bit of everything. And it was created here in Trinidad. The style of fighting, because we could take some styles from them, and we have our own styles. So it is not really own India or Africa, but it's Trinidad. Right? So it is an indigenous martial arts. And it's not a normal match that you go play.
For the carnival season, team members prepare themselves mentally and physically with the performance of ancestral prayers, the use of plants and herbs for healing and strengthening the body for the task ahead. Alfred said maintaining rituals and other traditions were their way of life.
It's a matter that you have to prepare yourself physically, spiritually, and mentally. Meaning that 40 days before the carnival, a job man starts your ritual. So we can start a fast. We stay away from meat, alcohol, certain things, negative people. We say more, but in the bush area now. So we just have spiritual practice to use bush to heal the body and bush baths and stuff. So that preparation to play. It doesn't come out and play, right? So for instance, I learned from my father, because I didn't know my grandfather. These are the rituals that were handed down to us, and we continue doing the practice. Now the rituals will invite the ancestors to play. So whether they have a physical carnival or not, we still play. We still go through the process. Within that process, you get up in the morning and you will take different bush to toughen your body. Because remember, you're doing whip fighting, we will get cut, we will get damaged. If you can't play, don't play. That is the first thing. So sometimes people want to say they're playing and, but me, I want to take that last, No. If you can't play, don't play. It goes for stick fighting and rope jab. You get ready for battle. Carnivals, after the 40 days fasting, Carnival Sunday night, we do a bush bath. You come and you bathe in the bush, you rub down with your spiritual oil, and then you come by me and you put your 2 hands up here like your one whip. One hard whip, because you're training with me all the time. To determine if you should be front of the band with me, back of the band, way back, or till the stay home. You're ready for this game. Because whenever we're going out, we'll be going to battle at that jab. And then, within that process, we determine who's the king of the band. The king of the band is not only because my father or grandfather was past kings, it's the best fighter in the band. And not also the best fighter, but the person that could carry the band forward. So if we meet our next band, and I go to battle, I say, More, say, Papa Jabla, we did different laugh, right? Chant. He got answer. Which most of them jab don't answer, because they don't know. Because we lose in history. And we will battle. Different laugh is when they don't play them. Who carry the news? Jumpy Bud carry the news. Brother Lame, oh Lord, Brother Lame already dead. Meaning you play them and you beat them, they half dead. Different chants, different purposes. You're inviting the ancestors, the old men and them used to play before. They just play with us. So you want to make sure how the place, you're cleansing yourself from negative things in your body and your mind. So it's 2 reasons. I'll tell you the next reason. So when you invite them to come to play, want them to come and play, they'll be here, the presence here. When I die and go, I can still be playing too. So you invite, and if you go and do a normal prayers or whatever until you have a fast standing, right? So we're preparing for some people to come. We had other players who was playing before we. They had to come and play. So we had to set certain things in place for them. Because when you see me band coming on radio, when you see me like this, you can see me bigger than why is already. And you can see this big glow across the band. People tell me that, but that is not we. That is the power between. Carnival is a spiritual thing, you know. If you understand, if you do your correct research, Carnival is a spiritual thing. Yes, everybody. All right. If a woman whining on the road for Carnival, nothing wrong with that. That is her right. That is her freedom. Nobody cannot go on and stop her from that freedom then. That is the way she expresses herself. People don't understand that. We will express ourselves with whip. These damn Lorraine will do whatever. The Blue Devil, the stick fighters. That is the way, that is the way of expression. But that expression is something we only see this way, but we don't see it within. You see people make some move for Carnival, you're surprised they cannot make that move after Carnival. But they're making that move, all kind of whatever they do. We just do some things with whip and we take last week. But within Carnival, within the spiritual realm, right? And the next thing is too, if you're going to fight, you're battling, you're going to lash. When you don't eat meat, your body is heal faster. When you don't eat meat anything, your body does endure more pain. So it have the scientific part of it that now the scientists might, I don't know if they realize that yet, but we always know that. A lot of things that they now trying to figure out, we know. We have a lot of bush medicine we use. And I don't know, well, so far so good. None of our team members had contracted the COVID or whatever, right? Because we use a lot of bush medicine. We're not saying it is the cure, but we're saying that it helps build our immune system and keep us strong, right? So it helps us with that. So we had none of the members went through that. Teams test positive so far, right? So we don't know. I'm not going to say that it is all that, but so far so good. Long ago, we were never allowed to do certain things in public. It had to happen within right. We are associated with the worship of Kali because you know they had the whip in the Kali temples, right? So we are associated in a sense of that line. But not directly, we would not be in that line, but we branch off from that line. The dark skinned Indian people, the Madras people, and we will practice the thing outside because you're not allowed to come out on the road and do this thing. So people will call us devil. They call us coolie devil once and whip devil and all kind of thing, you know. But they never understand that it was a martial art. This was the only avenue. Carnival is the only avenue for me to come out to do this thing without being criticized or judged. I had experience with that. You know, people say, well, hey, look, this devil man, this man dealing. Watch out, you know, I stand up and take chain. I stand up and take 7 minutes, hit me with bareback. It's not that. It is the practice of the martial arts and the way you prepare yourself for it. I can't go there and do this. You can't go there and do this just so. So people just judge me wrong. They call me devil. How could we be devil and we abstaining from so much negative things? Unless we are disciplined people in this art form, you know. This village could tell that Ronald Alfred is the most disciplined person. Everybody's come and talk to me. Right? Yes, the most fierce warrior, but the most disciplined man. So it is a disciplined man. People just call us all kind of names. You know what? I don't blame them because if you don't understand something, you will judge it wrong. But now that they have social media, we have more active connection then. People come in and, you know, we talking, they're understanding it better. So that phase of the past was maybe just a misunderstanding. Because I could say from here where I sit, we are being respected to the highest, you know, people, they understand it. Who come? A lot of students from UE who do the Carnival, Masters in Carnival Arts. They come to us. And they come with a doubt. That way, I see them men play and them have to be, they're not human beings. But then they realize, hey, these people are gentle people. But when we're getting ready for battle, it's a different system, right? I do a lot of schools with the National Carnival Commission. I go to schools and teach the art form. So not only teach them to use whip, but to understand it better. To understand that this is our culture. This is what we have here. The Cambule riot. After the African brothers fought for freedom with Captain Baker. Well, everyone knew the Cambule riot. By now, they're supposed to know. That was the avenue for the East Indian label after. We already had an avenue to continue. And they accepted us. And till this day, our band is mixed. with everybody. That how I should say it? The East Indians, the Afro Trinidadians, the Chinese, we have the Syrians, we have these Spanish people coming up, we have a few fellas coming and practicing, you know. So this is not much of one race of people. This is open for everybody. And we don't allow them kind of thing to happen here that is one-sided. No. If you come with that, stay outside. You're in the wrong place. Because we are Trinidadians, we are proud Trinidadians. And this is what have us a unity. Them fellas will come here, they will be inside in the kitchen, they will be in the house, we will have a little change, we have something. Nobody definitely here. We don't even lock the place. Because everybody look out for each other.
Whip Master Alfred believes that it is wise for new players to observe rather than participate in the mass as a first experience, quite apart from the great role he plays in training them.
You want to come and play? I'll let you know what time it is. I'll let you know what the rules is. I'll let you know how the game go. You come into battle, you're entitled again, I'll damage hunting. If you have breaks, you're full because I teach you the breaks. It's a battle of whips. Different types of whips. We will talk about this now. But now, you know, we warrior squad, if I should say it like that. We are the warrior team. But then have a lot of young people who are interested and they want to be part of it. So I know as the leader of the thing, decide, I'm going to take some of them, but you want to come to experience it, to take a part, you come. I'll teach you the crackle whip and your crackle whip, you go do your thing wherever, dance up, wherever, crack up, sing and laugh. You don't want to enter the battlefield yet. For that first experience, come and watch and see. Don't enter the ring yet. Because if you go in the ring, I can help you. Nobody can help you. Once that guy will open there, what happens inside there, happens inside there. If you beat me, I respect that. If I beat you, you have to respect that. That's the game. So we now with the education system, with a lot of students, they want to part of this the classes then is to experience the art form, to make a work, make a costume. So I blending in and bringing in some of them for that case. You know, we have a few UV students right now who with me about 3 years, who do a lot of courses and whatever they're doing to get a degree and they're in the final phase. So they will come. But the first year they didn't battle. The second year they dual battle. And even right here where we're training, I see like they're ready for it. You know, so they're going to show you something you build yourself into. But if you want to come and experience it, you could come. But just don't enter the guy. Don't go in the ring. Because if you're in the ring, I can save you.
The name of this type of mask is derived from the French patois word diable, meaning devil. The king of the jab-jabs is not determined through inheritance, but by strength, and to help prepare the combatants on Carnival Sunday, they will partake in a cleansing ritual or a bush bath. The jab-jab's costume consists of candle or satin knickers and satin shirt with points of cloth at the waist from which bells hang. On the chest there is a shaped cloth panel which is decorated with swan's down, rhinestones and mirrors. Stockings and shoes are worn on the feet, while the headdress consists of a hood. The costume can come in different colors and can be divided into front and back panels. On the costumes are mirrors, which adds a dazzling element and adds to its eye-catching beauty. But its main purpose, as explained by Alfred, is to distract his opponent.
In the costume we wear, we made of satin. We use mirrors. We usually wear mesh face mask, bells, willows. I have music for me. With the chant. And you decorate it up and thing. But so the mirrors in the costume is you have different heights of mirrors. Well, you're on your chest, right? Because you have different heights of people. It's to reflect into the opponent's eye, to distract him, to attack him. So you look for the lights, you'll see you dancing around whatever. So you're looking to get a reflection in the eye, and when you see reflect in the eye, he go blink. And as he blink, you get up on him one time and you walk on him. So your hand need to be fast. Your foot need to be fast. No matter that big person, you know, you move. You train, you practice for that. So you distract the attack. That's the idea about the mirror. The face mask and the lave is to put fear into your opponent before you actually hit him. You know? I will sing my laugh and dance that person, and they will have fear into them. When you put fear into somebody, they'll get tired fast. So you could overcome them and beat them. So the face mask, my face mask is the only face mask in the world you can see that I sometimes we create. And I was sing, we'll jab, jab, hey, papa, jab, 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 look, I'm feeling evil, jab, jab, and I'm beating people, jab, jab, and I'm seeing red, rope, jab, I'm afraid to death. This kind of thing now. So when the people hear you saying this thing, they say, nah, boy, you're afraid already. So you interact, fear into them. Because I say the game, if you can't play, don't play. When band meet band, it's war. We sing if it's war, we know. Different chant, different purposes. Hit a man a whip, he's a banana papi. You tell them for me, he's a banana papi, pele lang, pele ling, hear them jab. So you hit him a short sword, if you do that snake sting him. But he whip on them, you know we have him for whip too, we call him a papi. And what kind of snake name we call him now? So you hit him man hard. Now in this game, as it used to be long ago when I started to play, when you go to play rope jab, mouse, you have to come back home proper, you know. You have to sit down and sleep because your whole body mash up. My players, we still go through that. We play the traditional way. We play the old time way. You're going to see fellas in my band, I'm not against the Carnival. You know, this is Carnival, for everybody had their place in Carnival. We wouldn't sleep with our wives, we wouldn't go and wind up on no girl and thing. We abstain from that. When we prepare ourselves physically, spiritually, and mentally, we have to stay away from these things. Because we are focused warriors. That is how we have to be in the game. So the ladies stay away from the men. Now we had ladies playing. My wife was the first female jab. To break that long time was only men. And she decided to play. Well, when my father was the king of the band at that time.
Hello, good day. My name is Shalima Bakrudi Alfred. I always involved in Carnival from a young age, always playing fancy mass. And when me and Ronald started to lime, I get to find out, well, you know, he involved with heavy knee jab mass. That was something different for me because I was traditional mass. I was more in the conventional side. So I had asked my father-in-law, intended father-in-law, I'll tell him I want to play jab, and he was like, no, well, we don't have female taking part in this. So he said, no, you can't do it. So I keep bugging him. So that was the Friday before Carnival. He said, well, if you could put together a costume, you go. So me and Ronald, elder sister, we went to Shogunas and we buy some cloth fast. And I always working good with fabric from a young age. So we do up something fast. So Carnival Monday, both of us was dressed, me and his sister. Her name is Allison Alfred. So when he see us, he say, well, you go in? He say, well, you tell we make the costume, we go in. So he said, well, he cannot say nothing. He had no choice than to let we go. Because I was really determined, I want to go. Well, I could say my sister-in-law now. She was kind of frightened, but we get to go.
We have about 18 women who come out and play in the group now. So we had made that change from only men alone to women. Because we have, in the original job, we have that men and women are equal. And we deal with a lot of issues too, beside rope jab. We deal with, everybody have a little issue outside, we can handle it. That some women went through abuse and had little problems, they could come and talk to us. And we will take steps to try and help them and deal with that too. So the organization is not only about mass, but it's about helping the community, right? And having forces on board, we have widened the scope because as they get larger for us, it's harder for us to handle. But praise and thank God we had the sponsor on board, so we could spread, right? The costume is just more plain now. I have some old photos there, you can see that. They just had a little mirror piece here and the little candle on the top and thing. But as time go by, but everything improved, right? So we see more better material. So then my wife, well, she's the person that does all the costume. She does so all the costume, she alone. She said, well, boy, this thing will look better. And I decided to add on things to look more. But it's Carnival, and I want to look pretty too. So we started to add on more. We see more things that they used to use, but doesn't look like we look now. So we started to add it onto the costume. So it's kind of the same thing, but that's the highlights of the materials more brighter and look better than what it used to be now, you know? Even the bells. Sometimes we have a dull looking bell, a willow, and now we have a shiny willow. So they look better. Now we have spangles, we have braid. The color of the swang song now more brighter, so you'll find the costume look more up than the way it used to be, you know. But the bells is the music for we. So when you haven't seen no DJ truck with we. Unless we'll now have plenty DJ truck, so we go with the chupini, but our original jab music is laughy. The chant that we sing. Chant when we bathe, chant when we leave, before we meet our band, before we battle, when we come back home. The problems we might issue within the band, we sing about all that too. We might sing, nobody don't know the trouble, nobody don't know the danger, because we life at risk. You could die in this game, you know. You could die in this game.
Shalima says she has been making the beautiful costumes for over 24 years now.
See, my mother-in-law used to make the costume and thing. And, well, as time evolved, we started to add on different things to the costume to give it more shine and lift it now. But the basic part of the costume, the stripes, that will always remain. This was in 1995. So they had competition. So I had asked him, I say, well, I think I want to go in the competition too, because when he training anyway he did, I did train, doing the same thing he doing. Trying to do it, I had his strength like him, but you know, I learned from him. I had to say he's my teacher. So, and then I started to enter the competition and always come in second, third. Then my kids and them, when they reached the 18, the both of them enter too. Well, I like prettiness. I like pretty things. I like pretty things. I like shiny things. You see, I was just telling my children, I see, you notice how the light hit in the costume, you see a different look from when the light's not on the costume. In the daylight, you'll get a different shine. Compared to the night, with the lights, you'll get something different. You understand? So, I was done watching that already with the lights. You know, that done put things in my brain already.
To ensure victory, some groups add additional materials to their whips which allows their strike to be more telling on their opponent. But Alfred keeps his whips clean and safe, and he credits the strength given of his team members to the recitation of ancestral prayers and traditional rituals.
So men play the game nasty, and men play the game clean. I don't teach nobody to play the game nasty. Men will put nail behind the whip, a sharp object, to stab you, which we had experience with already. Men will put fish hooks in the whip, so they could hook you. Men will take glass, mash up mirrors and glass on it, and glue the whip and stick it on it. So when they did, they will cut you. I pass through all that. That don't worry me. My whip is clean rope and twine. And I make my rope and twine in a way that the cable and them already sustain it. That's why you have to know be master the art of making the whips and them. I meet bands already and they come and take my whip and they say, no, we're playing you with that. They're not playing with that. I say, well, it's clean rope and twine. Men will hold a whip up in the air here, and you will know if it's a rope and twine or a cable. You're going to know when you get lashed. I got a cable on my head already. I stand up, the man was amazed. Hey, this man ain't fall long, buddy. And when I crack him back too, he fall long in the ground. So men that play the game the wrong way, which they feel they will gain some spiritual power or something. That ain't gonna work with me. But I mean, once you die by be fast and we pray. You clean your mind and heart. Nothing ever come to you. I mean, I so far alright, but I won't be all that I am all the time. So we teach younger fellas not only the fight, but the discipline in the game.
Across from the Alfred home in Perseverance Village, Couva, is a field of agave plants, which is used for making the fearsome whips. To begin, a piece of the agave plant is chopped off and cut into pieces before it is lashed against a round surface which causes the plant to shred. Afterwards, the shredded agave is hung out in the sun to dry. Once dried, linseed oil is applied to the plant, where it is put out once more. If it isn't dried properly, then the whip won't last long in battle. After the final sunning out, Alfred combs out the knots and ties it around a post and begins a weaving process to make the whip. Different plats are used for different purposes according to Alfred. Some whips are created in accordance to the owner's specifications to better his opponent. Other local materials are also used to create whips.
Now we have different type of whips, eh? We had the cracker whip, we had the rope and twine, we had the cable whip, we had the short whip and the long whip. different ways we make the whip. We have different plaiting. We are going to make a whip to hit you and cut your skin and don't cut your clothes. Or make a whip to cut your costume and don't cut your skin. Right? And that herringbone, that cassava plait, that cascadoo, that different style of whip we're going to make. So if I make a whip to fight you to suit and I want to bust up your clothes, I make a whip to suit that. If I want to make a whip just to cut you up and nobody has seen nothing, but I know damage you, I make a whip, I have a whip for that too. So the ways they make it. And you hear the name, cascadoo and things, local cassava, herringbone is because we close to the sea and there's plenty herring and things. So we name it after where we have.
Prayers are offered to Mother Nature in return to nurture the plants from which the jabs are made and to heal wounds on their bodies sustained in battle. Alfred noted no chemical is used to grow his plants as he believes it is a natural gift from God.
So we spend our whole year, when our friends come, Carnival is done, you know. Carnival coming. So we had to take care of our plants. We don't take plants just so. We pray and offer, pray to Mother Nature, and we use the plants for what purpose to heal everybody. Because that is a natural gift from God. Or everybody might want to put it, right? Whoever the creator might be. All them flowers and trees and how it ever grow. Nobody put a chemical and plow no land and no sort of insecticide, that grow for itself. Like that. We don't use no chemical in our thing. So that is what healing our body. So we spend whole year taking care of our plants. The youth center who come to play, they have the responsibility to take care of our plants. You know? That is the plant to make a whip, you see about that, man. That is the plant to heal your body there. When you get cut, you see about that. So we had different plants, plenty plants, man madega, Rokshan bush, night watchman. All these kind of plants we use that we learn from our ancestors. And how I learn plants is not, well, you can take your phone and snap it. I don't have a phone in them days. Or take a book and write it down. We don't have time for that. Break the bush, smell the bush. Watch how the tree look. When they send you for that bush, you go and bring it. They send all of you for different bush. When you can't get bush, you're riding going Grand Cooper for bush. And that's how I learned it. But now we have a system that they could snap it. They could research it. You know? And when they research it, they will learn more than what we know here. So one of the things that we want to do is that we want to build a museum academy type place in the yard across there, which we will go across just now. So we could document these things. Now, one of the things I want to do is write a book. Because it has so much of things that, so much of lost information we have. I the last man with the knowledge that willing to share. Long time jab men never want to share the knowledge. And I could tell you why. I go to Alparo, Pritchardstown, Londonville, my arrow, anyway, you go long time, you're meeting job men and it's battle. When I started to go back, every year we go in, you know, we're going to look for them to play with. Where the old man is here on the band, he died. But there are several as well, some of them died too. Who learned? Nobody learned. So that whole generation of job men gone. Because why? Here the old man going to tell you. Go down the back so now, I want to see what I'm doing. I experienced that. But they make a plot and they go so long and come back and go bring that for me. By the time you come back, they're done. Or they go in the back to do some ritual or something, or they go and get some bush, they're telling you nothing. But you're smelling the bush, you know they use that bush before, they can't tell you. That bush then walk fast. If you come to play jazz, when you're a little slow, you walk fast and you get pep, you move. I, on the other hand, break that and started to show everybody the correct, well, teach them it. That's why we here, Forces Original Jab growing in. We were a team of 13 people when I started to play with my father. I was the 13th person, and then we had 30 when my father was playing the band. And then we went to 50, and then we went to 65 was the last number we had. My aim is to have 100. Yeah, without the sponsor person, we would not be able to survive. But we had people coming, but not as the bigger groups that we had. We had them coming different days and for a smaller time. And we had more people interested. We have a lot of international people interested too in this game. You know? Yeah, but the COVID stopped all that. So with all forces, and that talk there, we were not ready to be able to pull through.
With a fully vaccinated team for this budgeted 2022 Carnival, fewer rope jab members will participate in Carnival events, according to Alfred.
We're having a taste of Carnival. We ain't taste nothing yet. But we have the traditional competition Sunday, traditional individuals, so some of the individuals in the band will be taking part in that. Nothing finalized yet. Remember, it's a late thing. It's a low budget NCC have, so they're trying to put things in place. So wherever they put in place for us, and the opportunities there, we will take it. Because our team is fully vaccinated, right? But we're not going to go with the big team. We're going to work with less people. So wherever they have for us, we will take it. We don't know how it's going to run. Sometimes we need Cambole. We might be in a traditional mass parade. We could be in the traditional individual. We don't know.
The younger Alfred says, "This is our culture, this is our history, and there is a need to bring about awareness. To continue the popular age-old tradition, he intends to stage jab-jab events outside of the Carnival season."